Hello and welcome in, all O-Niners, PCHers, Neptune Pirates, Pan-High Goats, I don't know their mascot, and animals of all kinds to Life on Mars, the Veronica Mars Rewatch podcast, where we go through episode by episode. My name is Brenton.
And I'm Emily.
We're here to talk about episode 16, Betty and Veronica. Get it? Do you get it?
Yeah. Like Archie.
Archie. Archibald.
But also, one question before we start.
Uh-huh.
So in this episode, we meet Polly, the
Yes.
mascot,
Uh-huh.
the bird, the parrot,
Yes.
Polly the parrot,
Mm-hmm.
for the pirates.
Yes.
If they're the pirates, shouldn't the mascot be a pirate?
Yeah, you would think so.
Why is it a
Bird?
bird?
I don't know.
I have a lot of
I don't know.
questions.
We didn't have a mascot. Well, we didn't have like a suited mascot, and because it sucked.
Really?
Yeah, we should have had the Carlsbad High Lancer.
Oh, well,
We had the Lancers.
that's pretty stupid.
It's real stupid.
No, we had the bull pup. We had like a boy one, and then we had a lady bull pup. And so at big games, they were both out. And the lady bull pup was smaller.
Was it a suit or a dog?
A suit. But we had two dogs that came, where we had two suits, and we had one dog that would come to the games and run up and down the sidelines.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. But I think it was, like it would fluctuate between who had a bulldog at that point in time.
Mm-hmm. Whoever could bring it.
Mm-hmm.
Was it like the class pet, like a hamster? Like someone got to bring it home?
No, it was like
Okay.
someone's really nice pet.
Not to get too far off track, but did you have that in your classroom?
Where you got to bring home a hamster?
Yeah.
No, we lived in a poor area. You weren't going to put the burden of raising anything besides the children people had.
Yeah, the Catholic school wouldn't let us have one either.
Really?
Yeah. Not like we asked, but
I know some teachers had them in their classrooms.
like chinchillas and things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but also kids can be allergic to
Dust.
the bedding and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not always ideal.
No. Mm-mm. Like myself.
Uh-huh. And then like if you live where I did not do anymore. I don't live
Mhm.
there. I live here.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, no, we don't live there.
No, we don't live there.
I just had to check the surroundings.
But the air quality causes most kids to have asthma.
That's
and so
fun.
then having something that also triggers asthma in the classroom would be problematic.
Mm-hmm. Not good. I would agree. I am against asthma.
Great job, honey.
Thank you. This episode was very fun.
It is
And
very fun.
It is a Wallace forward episode, I will say, that made me
The
very
last
happy.
two.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But this one we got a Wallace-centered storyline. He's the main reason for that storyline happening.
Yes. Yes, he is the driver.
Mm-hmm.
Not the main character, but the driver.
Exactly. And we also get to spend some time with Mom,
Yeah, we get flashbacks
Leanne. Mm-hmm.
with our alcoholic mom, Leanne.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
the first time we ever watched this was my first time realizing that they had been alluding the whole time that the mom was an alcoholic.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I didn't pick it up until this episode.
No, they like... God, yeah, it's more like in the background. They don't really talk about it at all. Exactly. And then all of a sudden, she's like dropping her off at AA.
Yeah.
And is she saying that she didn't want to get near Veronica to protect her from her alcoholism? Is that like her rationale for saying like, don't come near me, protect me?
No, it's because of the Clarence Weedman and the things, the targets.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that one seemed a little muddy to me. I'm like, oh, is that like supposed to be connected to Lily, or is that more this is my rationale for leaving your father and you? Because I was already...
No, she's drinking to help hide from that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's how I took it.
Gotcha. That makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. And we get a new high school also, which I don't...
Pan High.
Pan High.
You know what I kept thinking of is Pan Pizzas.
I would love to go to that school.
You know what you have on Fridays?
Pizza day.
It's
the best day of the week. Yeah, it looks like to me, but it isn't in the Wikipedia article, that they filmed that at Toy Pines High School.
Oh.
But I don't know. Thinking of schools in the San Diego area.
Is that like near a rich kid neighborhood?
Yes.
Because I think that's where my freshman roommate went to school.
Mm-hmm. Torrey Pines is very wealthy.
I believe that's where she went. I'm not sure.
There are 3 schools on the same street. And, I mean, they're far enough apart, like the street goes for a while. But Torrey Pines, I think Canyon Crest, and Cathedral. Cathedral being the Catholic high school.
I couldn't have guessed.
No. What would make you think that?
Well, actually, it's not called Virgin Mother of whatever, so it is a little...
Guadalupe, Virginia. Yeah. Virginia. Virgin Mother.
Oh, God.
Very influential in the Catholic faith, Guadalupe, Virginia. I would.
Is it a location or a person?
It's a person. Oh, Virginia, such a sweetheart. I would have gone to Cathedral if I'd stayed in Catholic school.
And then you could have gotten that nice Catholic school kid education.
Totally. But yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I didn't.
No, you have enough repressed issues. We didn't need to add any more shame onto that.
Totally. I dodged a bullet.
You did.
And I think my kind friend Danny, who at the time went to public school, and it's like, this kid's talking sense. I should go to this new middle school right up the street from me.
Well, and your sister went to public high school, right?
Yes. She also, I think she stayed 1 more year at the Catholic school than I did. I think she went to 7th grade there and then went 8th grade at a junior high, public junior high. And then I switched after 6th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And I got to walk to school. And then class started at 8:15, so I had plenty of time and I could watch all the music videos on MTV in the morning.
Wow.
And then we'd walk to school with my friends and I would sync up our, I guess it was MP3 players at that point. Whatever we had, yeah. I had my sister's hand-me-down mini disc player. God, what an awful invention.
Because you don't even get the whole song.
No, that was hit clips.
Oh. I was like, what? Why are you using this walking to school?
We can only do In Sync and the 30-second
Britney Spears intro.
Do you know
I just had a repressed memory.
Okay, go.
So I loved In Sync a lot. A lot. And I had all the CDs, including the Christmas one, personal favorite.
Yeah. This Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. But at McDonald's, they did this thing where you could get this one CD that was an NSYNC Britney Spears combo CD.
Whoa.
So I made my mom take me, go get a Happy Meal so I could go get the CD.
That's smart.
And my mom was like, of course, my mother, she's always in for a good time. What sounds like more of a good time than going to the McDonald's?
Totally. McDonald's had some crazy off the chart Happy Meal toys. Do you remember when they had the Pokemon Pokeballs and
we had all of them. We with the gold things in them.
Wow.
When we do something in our family, we commit.
I didn't have any.
And in Hanford, like if you went in and you had one, like a specific one, you'd just be like, "Hey, can I get a different one?" And if they had them, they'd give them to you.
Oh, that's cool.
'Cause small town.
Yeah. But yeah, mini discs were these weird. They look like floppy disks, like the size of a playing card, and you'd put them in the thing, and they could store different songs, like as if you were.
Oh God.
Yeah, but you'd still have to switch it out because it could only like hold so many songs.
Almost
Awful
like
invention.
a flash drive.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, no mini discs were in this episode to my chagrin. A little sad about that. I mean, I know this came out in like 2005, but like, come on. Let's start at the beginning, which is not at the beginning because it's flash forward.
Isn't it a flashback?
No, she's tearing apart her room.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, and that's when she's like, Veronica comes home because the last we saw her, she had seen her mom in a bar and Weedman was in the corner, and then he just walked out the door. And so Veronica's back in her room tearing stuff up because she's like, how would he have been able to find me? It must have been bugged. And it was the panda.
Yeah.
So she rips his head off.
Pencil sharpener.
From the World Wildlife Fund.
Do you remember that stuff? I had so many World Wildlife Fund shirts.
That's cool.
Because they sold them at JCPenney.
Oh, of course. Pennies.
You know what we do in this family? We go pennies.
And support the wildlife.
Exactly.
I remembered the commercials. I don't think I had any pencil sharpeners or shirts.
I had a bunch of panda shirts, and I think I had one with like a tiger on it.
That's cool.
That was pretty cool.
You were pretty cool. You are pretty cool.
Thank you.
Maybe we should get you some World Wildlife Fund t-shirts and make you even cooler.
Oh, thanks. I just remember laughing because it was WWF,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, World Wrestling Foundation?
Exactly.
Like, I was always very confused.
I've softened in my old age on wrestling, but as a kid, I was like, it's fake. Why do people watch it? And it's like, now I realize it's like, oh, because you don't know what's going to happen. And like, you're watching people do stunts.
It's tricks, and then it's tricks with a soap opera with weird costumes.
Yeah. And that, like, I was a very serious child. So
don't
I
say.
did not have time for chicanery.
We would have gotten along great. We would have had a business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Would have been great.
And I would have manipulated you into like doing all the work or something. And
Yeah, and I wouldn't have noticed. Well, yeah, she's the boss, so that's why I'm doing the work. God.
And then she takes 30% off the top, and
Right.
then 50% goes to overhead, and then I get 20.
It's really hard of her to come up with these ideas that I have to implement.
So now I'm building a slide down the stairs.
Yes, please. So breaks open the panda and is like, damn, Weedman's found me. He's bugged me. Can't believe I let this slip up. Then we go to school.
Well, she decides to keep the bug because she's like, oh, what if I want Weedman to hear certain things?
Right. Good. Very important.
Distinction.
Yeah. Thing to note. Maybe it comes up later. So then we get a scene at school where she's walking along with Wallace, and everybody wants to be with Wallace in terms of saying hey, saying hi, shaking hands, because, you know, he is the basketball team. And he's just a charismatic dude. Who wouldn't want to be friends with Wallace? And he's even nicer to the girls than Veronica is.
Yeah.
Even if he is interested in them.
Girl on girl hate crime, Veronica Mars.
Mm-hmm. Veronica's like, who's that hoochie? And it's just like, I can't remember her name. It's like Cameron or something. She's in our grade.
Yeah. It's like, maybe you should socialize more. That's my favorite. I wrote that down. And she's like, oh, that's my problem. And then the vice principal calls her.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Veronica, I need to talk to you in my office. And she's like, God damn it.
Yep. Getting busted again.
I gotta stop making fakes.
Pretty much.
And he tells her that Polly the parrot has been taken, and then asks her how much money this will cost because the school can't afford to hire a real private investigator.
Mm-hmm.
And she negotiates for a new spot for her locker because she saw Duncan and Meg holding hands or making out near her locker.
Yeah, I think making out.
How rude of both of them.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. It's not a good look. Full stop. But yeah, it's like that like teen thing where like Meg's like, I still want to be friends, and like you seemed okay with this at the time when we were like at the dance. So why are you weird now?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like that thing. It's like, but you said you were okay.
But I'm not.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Why is that hard for people to understand? It's like, theoretically, I'm okay with this. Like, theoretically, it is fine that you are dating Duncan, but like, it still hurts me.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, not
Yeah,
Veronica.
exactly. How dare you?
I'm not handling it well.
You could do so much better, Meg. Yeah. That was something I had to learn. I didn't always like pick up on that super well. Wait, what do you mean? It's like you aren't okay with me going to hang out with these people or something like that.
Yeah.
I had to learn that.
You learned it before me, and that's what matters.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Caught me at a good time.
So I took out my net just like I do on Animal Crossing.
Exactly.
And I put it over your head.
Well, first you crept up.
Using my A.
Exactly. You know what's really sad? People have been posting Animal Crossing where their villagers are like wandering around, like walking to get a bug with a net, like, and they like take their time and then just completely miss. It's really sad.
It happens to me all the time.
Yeah. But you see, like, the animals miss. Yeah.
Not Wonk. What's his name? Axel.
Wonk. The best. But I liked the scene in the vice principal office because it reminded me of Brick. Even though Brick came out a year after this. But
interesting.
yeah.
Oh, we saw Brick at the Alamo.
Yep. And we watched it at home.
Did we watch it at home?
Yeah.
I only remember seeing it at the Alamo.
Oh, good.
Did I sleep through it at home?
Maybe.
Was it back when we lived in Santa Barbara?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So you definitely could have. And it was just a solo Brent movie time. That is one of my favorite movies of all time, for sure. Man, he has not made a bad movie. We've got Brick. We've got Looper. Last Jedi. Knives Out. All the best. And she gets 2 excused absences, which is pretty legit by me. And then is this when Veronica goes and asks Wallace about the bird?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's like, damn, they took Polly. We're great friends.
Because I'm an office aide. So I spend a lot of time with Polly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Also, when he opens his locker, he finds cookies.
Oh, yeah, snickerdoodles. It's like, this is great. People just come in and put snickerdoodles in my locker. Which I feel dumb. You go, because you were like, oh, it's Veronica putting it in there. And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? It's probably something like bad. And they're like trying to, like, these are bad cookies for him. Which you ended up being right. But
because I remembered Veronica baking the snickerdoodles.
Right. And at the same time, if I'd really put it 2 and 2 together, it's like, who else would be able to open up his locker and put the cookies in there? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Veronica, the detective. Yeah. And so it's like, damn, we got to get Polly back. And is that when Meg and Duncan walk by? And it's like, hey, Wallace, you did really good in the game the other day.
And then Meg's like, did you cut your hair, Veronica?
Yeah.
And she's like, no.
Sit in this.
That's like my favorite thing to do to people. If people try to put their like discomfort on me, I'm like,
yeah,
no.
It's like that really awkward too, like boy girl talk. It's like, my boyfriend is talking to like this boy here. I, woman, needs to talk to you, woman.
Some of us have had to get really good at that.
Mm-hmm.
Sports.
Yeah, sports ball.
There aren't any right now.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about all the sports, then I'm having to make conversation with the guy.
About baking.
Exactly. So, you look really good. Have you been going to the gym?
You working out?
Yeah, you look strong. What's your protein? How much you eating?
What's your protein?
It's like, what's your sign?
Are you a fish, a chicken, or a pea protein kind of guy?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a beef? I see.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Beefy.
Grass-fed or not?
Oh, boy. So then Veronica heads to Pan High, which it's great that they have a goat as a mascot because it's like mystic. I feel like high schools don't have like mystic creatures as mascots because it's like Pan.
Well, and where does the goat live normally? You can't. You can keep a parrot at a school. You can't keep a goat at a school unless you've got like an FFA program. And did you have FFA programs at your school?
No.
Didn't think so.
Schools in the area did.
Really?
Yeah, if you live, near a farm.
Where
Torrey Pines was not one of those.
I was like, where exactly were the farms near you? The Carlsbad flower fields don't count.
We really had to get out there and water.
Is that how you're going to design our Animal Crossing island? You're just going to design it like the Carlsbad.
It was just me and one water can, and I'd run out half the time and have to go wander all the way back. And she goes undercover, which is this her cashing in the excused absences? Or is she just racking up absences going for the high school?
It was lunchtime.
Does she not go to any classes?
No, remember she just goes over there for lunch.
Oh, okay. I thought she was doing classes.
At the other school?
Yeah.
Like she enrolled and went to school at the other school. I don't
Deep
remember.
cover.
Yeah, I just remember her walking around saying she was new.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why I assumed that. That's why I'm laughing now, because it's like, oh yeah, this
Aw.
isn't like Never Been Kissed. She
Yeah.
meets Richie, who's, hey, sit with us. You're at the cool table. What a nice fellow, that
Yeah.
Richie. That we get like 2 scenes, and then
She's like, yeah, being a girl's easy. And I'm like, yeah, if you're pretty.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Male gaze pretty. Let me rephrase. Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And she's like, my name's Betty. I went to Riverdale, which is actually a really solid cover for teens of 2005, because who the hell would know Archie comics?
Yeah.
Riverdale wasn't out yet, so.
Yeah. And then what I wrote down is, why do these lunch tables have chairs? My school in the
I would've
cafeteria
ne-
had benches.
I would have
A
never.
normal fucking cafeteria.
Same. I would have never noticed that unless you pointed it out. And it is weird. It is really weird. It's foldable chairs everywhere. I've never seen that at a school before. It's only we had benches and benches like attached to the freaking tables. But it sounds nice being able to scoot away. And it was all like circular tables too. I don't know. You know, that's what you get with that money.
Yeah.
Get a flashback back to the bar. And she's like, Mom, you got to calm down. You got to tell me what's what. Give me answers. And she's pretty stern with her because she's like, I stop being cagey. I want to know answers.
Yeah, she's like, tell me the truth.
Yeah, like, I'm tired of this.
Me too, Veronica.
Yeah.
Me too.
Put your foot down.
That's right.
Which is pretty much just like, is Jake my dad?
Yeah.
Just tell me if Jake's my dad.
And
Is he
she's
my
like,
dad?
I don't know.
Right. But I was going to tell him that you were his
Just to blackmail
daughter.
him.
Yeah, which, I mean, scare him off, but she doesn't know. So she had an affair with him around that time, which is fun.
I wrote, Jake was innocent at the time of the murder because he was with Mom. That's not even English.
Good job, detective.
I also had written down a day in the life of a beagle, always on the hunt, because that's what she says at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was so funny.
It was really good.
I mean, after meeting my parents' beagle, can you not say that he is always on the hunt?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
Hunting or sleeping.
Exactly. On off.
And his hunt is solely for cheese.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, a hunt's a hunt, right? Hunt by the name.
It's a Gouda hunt. It's unbelievable. I'll do cheddar next time.
God. Woo. Good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, good for you, I should say.
Yeah.
Then we go to the police station. And who is it? Our knight in shining blue armor, Leo.
Isn't he wearing tan?
Yeah, he's wearing tan all the time, but
Because they're sheriffs, they're not police officers.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I have a favor, and he's like, damn. And it's like, I need you to get the interrogation tapes for Lily, which that's what got him suspended in the first place, right?
Yes. It was because it was only because it was unlocked. Like
Right.
they found the room unlocked.
Mhm.
It wasn't because tapes were gone.
Right, because she went in, listened.
She
Got
took
out.
things and then I think she took them, but like they didn't check the evidence, you know.
Right. And back to Mom and Veronica, and she was there's a very choice quote. It was like, "Oh, I was going to the motel." No, what was it? It was a motel? Yeah, it's like I was going to the motel to meet with Jake. I needed to talk to him. It's like on the one day that all the Starbucks were closed.
I loved that.
But yeah, I don't understand everybody trying to protect Veronica from not knowing. It continues to drive me up the wall.
Yeah.
Not knowing a paternity test.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Well, now that everyone knows that she knows,
Mm-hmm.
who's your daddy?
Yeah.
Also, why did no one stop her from dating Duncan at the time?
I know. Or just tell the damn kids.
Or just do a paternity test. Hey,
Yeah.
Veronica, you hang out at our house a lot. We're going to swap your saliva. Just, science at Kane Software.
Totally. And her mom was on the side of keeping them together because she was telling Celeste to back off.
Yeah, I just don't think she wanted her to hurt Veronica.
Yeah, I get that. It's still weird. Especially if you think they're related.
I don't think the mom thinks they're related. I think she's just trying to use it as blackmail.
Gotcha.
And then she's like, I really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
probably not. Doesn't seem like you look like either of them.
No, Then we go back to Pan High. Talk of sports betting and bookies. I don't remember sports betting happening in high school on high school games. But it could have been happening. I could see adults doing that, like adults with like gambling issues. But I don't know about anybody doing that in high school, like actual high school people making money off sports games.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They might have. Who knows? My town's got a seedy underbelly,
Oh, exactly. So you must have all kinds of bookies and things. But, then Pan High gets a box full of goat meat. And like, damn.
Someone butchered Billy.
Yeah, I know. But we also find out about Rest Stop 15.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Rest Stop 15?
No, I was just like, the fact that there's a place where everyone pulls over on the cliffs to go hang out and do their weird stereo selling.
And it's the most open place ever. It's like, oh yeah, you can get anything up there. You want car stereo, you want drugs, you want alcohol.
And all the car stereos were in boxes, so it's not like they were stolen.
No. Well, they could have. Hey, they fell off the back of a truck. This guy, he works at Radio Shack, got a friend.
But I always think that like stolen car radios are like stolen from your car. Like someone broke in and took it out.
But these aren't even car stereos. These are literally just stereos.
Oh, just like a boombox.
Yeah. I thought it was hilarious. Also, Rest Stop 15 is just a great name. You go up there, you want to make out, you want to get some weed, you want to get alcohol.
Also, like, is there nowhere else to make out?
No, just in broad daylight on top of these cliffs.
On the
with
back of a
all
car?
of your peers, yes.
In the back of a hatchback.
Uh-huh. I mean, these high school kids.
On back of a hatchback.
Beautiful. And I think those are, again, in Torrey Pines. And then Weevil meets up with Veronica, so they can, Weevil goes to extract information out of the nerdy kid who said he stole Polly.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, oh no, I just took a picture with a bird in a bird cage at a bird store. Because,
Not a pet shop, a bird store.
I never go into bird stores. I go into pet shops, just not bird stores.
Yeah, you don't like birds.
Mm-mm.
Birds scare you.
Don't like birds. Yeah, they're scary. They're beady little eyes, weird little feet.
What about Owl from Winnie the Pooh?
I love owls.
They're birds.
Yeah. But, I like certain birds.
Penguins.
I like penguins.
Owls.
I like ducks. I
You like
owls.
ducks?
I like ducks.
Rubber or real?
Both.
Any other birds?
I'm sure there are other birds.
What about flamingos?
They're fine. But yeah, the stinky thing and the eating shrimp all day isn't my cup of tea.
I'm allergic to shellfish.
Yeah. I like puffins.
Aren't puffins just penguins but smaller?
No, but they fly.
Do you think if penguins were smaller, they could fly? I feel like they could.
I don't think so. There's pretty small penguins. And they just slide. And they swim.
They just slide.
Slide and swim. Yep.
A slip and slide? What about pelicans?
No.
Seagulls?
No, definitely not. Seagulls are the worst.
Worse than pigeons?
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm. Eagles are terrifying. Hawks are similarly terrifying. Just in these things could do damage.
Mm-hmm. They could take you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they pick me up, airlift me, just drop me. Have you seen the video where the hawk picked up the goat and slams it against the cliff?
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm assuming the goat doesn't live.
Well, just tumbles on down the cliff. It's crazy.
I don't like it.
I don't like birds.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Birds and monkeys.
You don't like monkeys.
I don't like monkeys. They look too much like us.
Maybe they say the same thing about you.
Yeah, probably.
All
And
like
they'd have-
Brentons, they look too much like us.
They have valid reasoning. Go our separate ways.
There's these humans, they don't have fucking tails, but other than that, they look like us. Are you not like Curious George?
Curious George is cute. Cartoon monkeys are fine.
Oh my god. Guys, I've been in this house for how many days now with you? 20 something?
Yeah.
When did you stop going to work?
Let's see. So
The 10th?
Tuesday, yeah.
Makes that, what, 12, 13 days?
Yeah,
14?
something like that.
14?
14 days.
It's been
No, it's been
a
more than 14.
fortnight.
Yeah. Uh-huh. 16 days.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
How many more to go?
Forever.
Yeah.
Just, we're all in Hotel California.
All right.
So, yes, they shake down the kid. He's like, I don't know where the bird is. And it's like, great. And then Weevil's like, I'm going to do some business because he's the bookie, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Because, why not Weevil, I guess?
Yeah. I mean, anything to make money for Weevil. It's like, he's got bills to pay.
Yeah. I do like a quote later, though. He's like, do I look that smart?
Yeah.
So then we go back to mother time in Arizona. Arizona? Are they in Arizona?
I think so.
I think so. The bar looks distinctly Arizonan.
Arizonian?
Arizonian? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I've been there before, Arizona.
Have you?
Mm-hmm. My sister used to go to school in Flagstaff. It's in the mountains, so it's not like the desert.
Interesting.
It's cold and trees.
Interesting. In
Mhm.
Arizona, they have trees.
Yeah, Arizona, trees.
Wow.
It's not just desert. Just like us. And, she's like, I don't know who your father is. And it's like, your one true father is at home waiting for you.
I like that you reached out to touch me
Yeah.
during this.
His name's Keith,
Um,
and we love him.
yeah.
And then Leo arrives to take her on a date.
Oh, yeah, because in order for him to get the tapes, she offers him a date.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she says, he's like, oh, dinner. And she's like, oh, I was going to say dinner in a movie, but you sold yourself short.
Yeah. And
She goes on a date to her donkeys out with his parents and his girlfriend, Meg.
true. But she asked Leo on gambling advice first, which I'm like, always go to Leo for gambling advice. This guy apparently really knows like a thing or two about bookies.
Sports gambling.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But yes.
Is he supposed to be from New York?
I have no idea.
Because he has an accent.
Totally.
And I was like, is it intentional?
I don't think so.
It's just who he is.
Uh-huh. And then it's like,
Is Max Green from New York? Or the East Coast?
I don't know his background at all. Let's check. But yes, they arrive at yep, he's from Dobbs Ferry, New York.
I'm good.
You are good.
Thank you.
Yes, but we arrive at the Cafe de Dirty Laundry. Meet the exes.
The exes.
Mm-hmm. Dun, 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 dun.
These are Lily's parents and her brother. That's how I would have introduced him because I am mean.
That would have been really good and completely sent Duncan through like, what?
Uh-huh.
What do I do here? Do I say something back? Is Meg his girlfriend? I don't know.
This is my friend Meg, and then this is my friend Lily's parents. Lily died, remember? That's why we have this show. Looks at Duncan, remember?
Right.
Oh, you don't? How sad.
Should we go somewhere else? No, I think they should go somewhere else. Stares down Celeste. And it's like, yeah, you can't scare me.
Bitch, you won't go?
Mm-hmm. Is this where we also get the flash of her listening to the tapes
Yes.
of Celeste? And
The interrogation tapes.
yes, between Jake and Celeste being interrogated by Keith.
And they tell different stories.
Mm-hmm. And Keith's just like, hey, I'm just asking questions, Jake. No need to get all riled. And he's just like, ugh. I was doing it with my wife.
I was doing it with your wife.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Wink.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. We weren't watching TV. And it's like, uh-oh. Inconsistency.
Also, who brings their own champagne to a hotel?
I know.
When you're rich.
Mm-hmm.
When you're poor, I get it.
Yeah, exactly. They could afford it. I've seen their house. They made the entire town millionaires.
Exactly. Well, and I mean, they had a room at the Neptune Grand.
Uh-huh.
That's where the rich kids live.
Yep. It's where the rich kids play.
But yeah. So we find out there's some inconsistencies.
And
then is this where we find out that Wallace is being blackmailed?
Yes. We get a blackmail on the school news. Because
nothing else really happens in that, right? It's just like they go to their date and then...
Yeah, exactly. And then we get the flash, yeah. Then we get a ransom tape of Polly. And it's like, Wallace can't play. And he's like, damn.
Yeah, he's like, well, I can't kill Polly. I love her.
Exactly. She's my best friend.
Besides you.
Mm-hmm. So I put, you are the basketball team in all capital letters.
You feel really passionately about this.
I am. I have school pride, just like Wallace.
Yeah, I'm like Veronica. I'm like, I'll bake you snickerdoodles, but I'm not going to tell you that I baked them.
Yeah. Actually, I have Wallace pride, not Neptune pride.
Yeah.
He's the best.
He is.
Underutilized in season 1.
And then Veronica's like, hey, Meg, how did someone interrupt the news?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, we pre-record it. And she's like, see, look, we're having a conversation. And I'm like, you dumb bitch, you just ruined it.
Uh-huh, exactly. Don't point it out.
But then when you meet her family later, you're like, it all makes sense.
Yeah, dark.
Much like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's like, ugh, well, we don't chat like this anymore. It's like, well, there's a reason for that, Meg. Starts with a D, ends in an Unken. Last name starts with a K, ends in an Ain. Do you get it yet?
No.
Oh, okay. From the top.
D ends with an Unken.
Yeah, Meg.
I was like, Meg, Veronica's not responsible for Meg's feelings. Why is she so dense?
Yeah, she's very dense.
Well, it's rude.
It is.
It's rude.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't get it.
Nope.
You know. And then do we also get, is this where we get Veronica baking cookies?
Yes. So then Veronica's baking cookies and Wallace comes over. And he's like, wait a minute. I've seen those cookies before.
Yeah. In a basket in my locker.
And he's like, you've been making me the spirit baskets.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I thought you didn't have pirate pride. And she's like, I don't, but you do.
Right. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
It's like I used to be on the pep squad.
Yeah, like I can bake.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, hey, can you drop off this plant at your mom's work? Don't ask questions.
Yeah, exactly. Even better. Right. You know, get a little one-upsmanship on Jake. But,
ooh, we should make snickerdoodles.
it's a great idea. We have the ginger cookies in the cabinet now, too.
Are we going to use them to make snickerdoodles?
No, I'm just thinking of cookies.
Oh. I was like...
I'm past it. What can you eat now? And we also have the chocolate chip cookies, which I've had about half the bag, so it's the rest are yours.
Chocolate chip? Oh, wait. From my parents?
Yeah.
I haven't had a single cookie they sent.
Nope. But I've had 3 and a sleeve of Thin Mints.
An entire sleeve.
Yep. There's one for you.
Oh my god.
I eat exactly half. I know my limits.
You can have the other half of the Thin Mints. I think I'll make do with the rest of the sugar in the house.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, we can talk.
You want to go
after.
get them? Like, need me to go get them for you now?
We can talk after.
Okay.
I don't
Keep this
wanna-
offline.
I don't exactly. Yeah. Hey, we'll circle back.
Do you always do the finger when you circle back? The circle finger?
I never say circle back. I've never ever said circle back.
Working from home has taught me that I live with a circle back guy.
That meme is very funny.
I know.
Then we get day of the game. Oh, wait. But Veronica's clued in because she's working with Meg. They zoom in on the sneaker, and it's like, oh. She's like, I think that's just mud. It's like, no, idiot. That's a number. Even I can see that.
I know I was mean to Meg, but you're real mean to Meg.
I throw things at her. Dummy. No, just kidding.
No.
And then Veronica's like, aha.
I know who it could be.
I can deliver both animals. And then for some reason, all the Pan High are just walking through the basketball team's just like walking down the hallway. And it's just like, why didn't you just go to the gym?
Isn't maybe the locker rooms are through the hall and then open to the gym?
Gotcha. And she delivers both of the animals to the vice principal. And he's like, how'd you get it? And she's like, magic. Well, no, she doesn't say that. But
was your high school indoors? Like the hallways?
No.
Okay.
All outdoors.
It's like not the classrooms.
Taught under the stars.
You went at night?
I got yeah. Huh? Did you get sunburned at your school?
I was just trying because I was like, I don't know how you set that. Like that's obviously like an indoor school. So then there's like, you know, indoor hallways with lockers. Like we didn't even have lockers.
Yeah, we didn't either.
We carried all our fucking heavy books and hurt ourselves, and that's why I've got shoulder issues. I wonder if I could sue the school.
Yeah, let's do it.
Whoa. Way too excited.
Fine.
It's a public school. It's not like you can take them for much.
Any drop counts. And she's like, oh, you know, it would be the person that is most likely to benefit off Wallace not playing, the guy who also is betting against is financing all of the bets through Weevil and is going to throw the game because he's going to make money.
Yeah.
The former starting point guard.
I wrote,
Gary.
Pull up your pants, Wallace.
Yes, this was a big sticking point with you.
His pants were so low. Like, and I'm totally, like, I remember, like, the saggy pants thing, and I was like, that's cool. You do you. Like, I don't care if I see your boxers or your butt or whatever you want out. But, like, if you're going to play a sport, you need to at least tie them around your hips. I swear to God, if he hadn't had his shirt tucked in, you would have seen his butt. His entire butt.
I know, it's really tough for you and the other mothers. This is just a shame.
No.
These boys should pull up their shorts.
Just him. It's just Wallace wearing his pants too low.
Did the Pan High boys have the shorts low?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, they might have had him low. Like, I think everyone had him low because it was 2005.
Right.
But, like, Wallace's were just so low.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, is it because he took off the sweatpants and they got stuck? Like, did he do it on accident?
It's the style, okay? That's how he plays good.
Around this time when I was in like junior high or whatever, whenever this would have come out, whatever that was the style.
Yeah.
I was
junior high, yeah.
I was sitting at my grandmother's house, like looking out the window, waiting for, I think, one of my aunts or someone, because I had to run out to the car and get whatever they were bringing into the house, you know, something like that.
Uh-huh.
Very typical runner-esque things you do to the
We got a runner.
you do to the youngest child in a family.
Yep.
And I was watching this guy walk down the street, and he had real saggy pants, and he had a really heavy belt on, and about halfway down the street, his pants fell down. And Granny was doing dishes, so she was in the kitchen looking out the window, and you just hear us both cracking up.
That's so funny.
And it made me laugh so hard. And so I'm always like, oh, God, you don't want your pants to fall down. Like, at least tighten the belt around your thighs. Like,
don't want you to go and me look caught like a fool with your pants on the ground.
It made us laugh so hard.
But before actually all that reveal, I forgot an important point. Veronica goes up to Richie, and it's like, hey, Richie, you're a great guy, even though we've talked twice. You're going to lose tonight because Wallace is really great at basketball, I assume, and he has a purity of heart.
That's
and
obviously how you win athletics.
Yes. And Richie is just looking at her like, I have no idea what she's talking about, but I think I love her.
He definitely has that teenage boy, oh my God, I hope she'll date me look.
Uh-huh. It's like the smile and just like, none of what you're saying right now is processing, but you're beautiful and I'm only 16 and I don't understand. Will you go out with me?
but almost too afraid to even ask.
That's why he just smiles as she leaves, and he's just like, what just happened?
I think in retrospect, now I'm like, oh, I remember that look.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, I was like, why are they looking at me like that?
No. And they even mentioned in the previous episode, it was like, he had that high school look, And I'm like, oh, yeah, there's a look. We boys had a look of like just bewilderment at everything.
It's all new.
Yeah, and then like sometimes...
I know I've been existing for 16 years, but
Right.
everything is different.
Got armpit hair and everything's changed. I have to shave now.
You were shaving at 16?
Yeah, barely.
I was like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I was shaving, but like I did no shave November, and it was awful.
Oh,
It was
God.
awful. Nothing grew in the middle, so I had like this like mustache on like growing on two sides, and then it never turned into like a beard. It was just like these scraggly little chin hairs. I had this little goat beard, and it was nasty.
Since you're quarantined, do you want to grow out your facial hair?
Sure, it'll look awful. It'll take a month. We're gonna be self-isolating for another month, I guess. We'll see. Send pictures.
We'll post this on the social media.
Yeah, all my gross chin hairs and pencil mustache.
We can do it like eyebrows and we'll shade them.
Perfect.
Color it in.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need help in the eyebrow department, though. It's quite strange.
Thank you.
It's like you grow from the eyebrows up.
Mm-hmm. Because I got a thick head of hair, and then from the...
Like thigh down.
Yep, thigh down. And I've got a mountain of leg hair.
You literally have the hairiest legs I've ever
Yes.
seen.
That's how my parents identified me playing lacrosse in high school. It's like, where's our boy? Oh, yep, the one with the really dark legs.
That's my boy.
Mm-hmm. That's him.
You should have shaved him.
No.
Will you let me shave your legs?
No.
Why?
I've been working on these for 28 years almost.
Yeah. Time to start fresh.
No.
It's the age of Aquarius, baby. Let me shave him.
No.
Well.
Let's hear it for 28 more.
And then we get the ending where Veronica puts her mom in rehab. She spends all of her money to put her mom in rehab. And I'm
Yes.
like, your mom left you.
Mm-hmm.
Not drop a dime on her.
Mm-mm. You check yourself into rehab,
Yeah,
lady.
exactly.
Just go drop her off like in like Arrested Development.
Um,
This isn't a spa.
And then Veronica's like, hey, Dad, why would someone take money for a crime that they didn't do if they can't use it because they're in jail?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, maybe it's for someone else.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, wow, a father's love.
Uh-huh. And then he leaves, and it's like, oh, I was just baiting you, Weedman.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, I know who it is. Let's call them now. She doesn't do that, but is pretty much insinuating that she knows who Abel's daughter is.
Mm-hmm.
And
Then she searches.
yes, and because he says, because then backing up. Then the plant, literal plant, both figurative, both the plant in the office and the plant of the recording device that Wallace dropped off, picks up that he's looking for...
Amelia DeLong.
Yeah, DeLongpre, which is the greatest fake name on the face of the planet. Very much like that name. Maybe that'll be my new Twitter name. I'll be Amelia DeLongpre.
DeLong? I thought it was just DeLong.
Mm-mm. It's Amelia, DeLongpre. Amelia DeLongpre.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
I was like, did you make this up?
Yes, I did.
I stopped listening after the G.
Amelia DeLongpre. DeLong. It also would be Tom's daughter.
I'm DeLonging
Where are
for
you?
my alone time.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
I stepped on it.
Uh-huh.
I was just in a rush to get out Tom DeLonge. But yeah. And then the end. Fiend.
God, we've been alone too long. Well, thoughts, prayers.
Yes. Send in your thoughts and prayers.
Literally.
Yeah. No, I love this episode. This is fun.
I remembered this one. It's
Yeah,
the
I did
only
not remember.
episode that I've ever remembered. The entire time I was like, oh yeah, and then this happens, and then this happens.
This was an entire black hole for me, so it was fun to experience again.
You told me I was
time.
wrong about the snickerdoodles. From the beginning, I was like, Veronica's baking the basket.
Yep. And I was like, nope, he's poisoning him. Nope.
Like, don't think so. Like, this is about a bird and a goat.
Yeah. Because I knew that it was the basketball teammate that was orchestrating all that. But I was like, oh, does he like poison the thing and make him sick? But no, I was wrong.
That'd be fucked up.
It would be. But so is capturing a bird.
All right. Well, on that note.
Birds should be free. Oh, we forgot to talk about the SAC people, but that's all right.
Yeah, the school's PETA program.
Mm-hmm. And they try and...
cut the fake fur off Veronica's jacket with a letter cutter.
Mm-hmm. Gonna go bark at the dogs. All right. Plugs.
All right. You can find me at butreallythough.com. You can find me on YouTube at butreallythough. And you can find us on our other podcast, But Really Though, where we talk about conspiracy theories. Though is spelled THO on all of those.
Mm-hmm. And you can find us at Mars Rewatch on Twitter and Facebook. You can find me at Pyle Brenton on Twitter. You can also find me on YouTube at The Burger Discourse, where we have a couple baking videos up and some gaming videos coming soon. I think that's all.
Stay toasty.